Affordable prices, especially food and transport. In our economic forums across the country, during the campaign, citizens consistently shared their anxiety, their pain, and their fury on this matter. It therefore calls on us for urgent and decisive resolution. The interventions in place have not borne any fruit. On fuel subsidy alone, the taxpayers have spent a whopping 144 billion, 60 billion in the last 4 months alone. If the subsidy continues to the end of the financial year, it will cost taxpayers 280 billion, equivalent to the entire national government development budget. Additionally, there was an attempt to subsidize UNGA in the run-up to the election, a program that cobbled up 7 billion in 1 month. In addition to being very costly, consumption subsidy interventions are prone to abuse. They distort markets and create uncertainty, including artificial shortages of the very products they seek to subsidize. The cost of living challenges are related in our respectful submission to production. Our strategy to bring down the cost of living is predicated on empowering producers. The forecast for maize harvest this year is below 30 million bags against a normal production of 40 million bags. The main cause of the decline in production is the high cost of farm inputs. Our priority intervention, therefore, is to make fertilizer, good quality seed, and other agricultural inputs affordable and available. For the short rains, we have already made arrangements to make 1.4 million bags of fertilizer available at Kenya shillings 3,500 for a 50 kilogram bag, down from the current 6,500. This fertilizer will be available from next week. I appeal to county governments in eastern, central, and western regions, where we are expecting short rains, to work with us in making sure that this fertilizer is available to all farmers in that region, so that we can begin the journey to increase our food production initiatives. Additionally, to cushion tea farmers, we have made arrangements with KTDA to immediately supply tea farmers with fertilizer at 3,500 shillings, down from Kenya shillings 5,600. This is our initial intervention. We will be doing more in the medium term and in the long term. We are alive to the challenges of drought that face 7 counties, which are now at alarm, or under 13 that are at alert stage, respectively. We are determined to ensure that no county slips into emergency phase, and will coordinate with county governments, which are the first line of our response. And I want to ask my colleagues, governors from Kenya, and especially those regions, to work with us in this endeavor. We are mobilizing resources to reverse this situation. Our goal is not just to provide relief and recovery to restore the situation, but to invest and unblock the huge economic potential of rangelands that constitute 2/3 of our country. Jobs, ladies and gentlemen, is our other priority. It is time for us to stem the tide of youth unemployment. Every year, 800,000 young people join the workforce, and over 600,000 of them do not find opportunities for productive work. Moreover, our young people in cities and towns face very hostile environments, many times treated as a nuisance and their hassles criminalized. Those who seek to set up formal businesses are faced with a bureaucratic monster that is multiple licenses. Our immediate agenda is to create a favorable business and enterprise environment, decriminalize livelihoods, and support people in the informal sector to organize themselves into stable, viable, and credit-worthy business entities. This is the essence of the bottom-up economic model, which creates a path for traders and entrepreneurs to build linkages, experience safety, and enjoy security as they go about their enterprises. We will work with county governments to create frameworks that provide secure trading places in our cities and in our towns. We have committed specifically in the city of Nairobi to work with the county government of Nairobi to build an additional 20 markets in the city of Nairobi alone, as we work with other counties to achieve their plans. Is to shift the Credit Reference Bureau framework from its current practice of arbitrary, punitive, all-or-nothing blacklisting of borrowers, which denies borrowers credit. We will work with credit reference bureaus on a new system of credit score rating that provides borrowers with an opportunity to manage their credit worthiness. This will eliminate the culture of blacklisting. In our engagements, traders also complain about the onerous burden involved in cash transactions exceeding 1 million. Many have reverted to storing money under their mattresses at great risk, which is clearly not the intention of the anti-money laundering regulations. While we remain fully committed to mitigating this risk, we believe that there is scope to make compliance. Sorry, again. Very good. While we remain fully committed to mitigating this risk, we believe there is scope to make compliance less burdensome on genuine business transactions. I have been assured by the central bank that work is ongoing on how to ease this burden without compromising the security of our financial system. Shortly, I will be announcing to the country what we have agreed with the central bank so that Kenyans can go ahead and facilitate their transactions without unnecessary impediments. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall implement the Hustler Fund, dedicated to the capitalization of micro, small, and medium enterprises through chamas, SACCOs, and cooperatives to make credit available on affordable terms that do not require unnecessary collateral. To implement all these interventions, We shall establish a Ministry of Cooperatives and SME Development mandated to ensure that every small business has secure property rights, access to finance, and a supportive regulatory framework. Furthermore, to deal with the huge challenge of youth unemployment, we will roll out our social and affordable low-cost housing program, targeting an average of 250,000 units every year. This will create opportunities in the entire job market. We will engage TVET institutions to provide necessary skills to enable the Jua Kali industry supply standardized products for our housing program. We will leverage on our competitive advantage in the leather and textile industry to roll out our labor-intensive agro-processing industrialization program. This will start in Naivasha Industrial Park and Dongokundu Industrial Park. This afternoon, I will be issuing instructions for clearing of goods and other attendant operational issues to revert to the Port of Mombasa, as I made a commitment to Kenyans. This will restore thousands of jobs in the city of Mombasa. Ladies and gentlemen, we must stabilize our public finances. This year, we will spend 60% of our revenues to service our debt. We are faced with Kenya shillings 60 billion in pending bills for goods and services supplied to government. Clearly, we are living beyond our means. This situation must be corrected. I am aware that many individuals, families, and their businesses have been driven to ruin and forced to shut down over government unpaid bills. We shall give priority to the expeditious resolution of our pending bills so that the government can meet its obligation and facilitate better economic performance. In the coming weeks, we shall SMEs will go a long way in broadening our tax bracket. We will make KRA more professional, efficient, responsive, and people-friendly. I urge taxpayers to respond by undertaking their patriotic duty and pay their taxes. In furtherance to this, oversight institutions such as the Auditor General and the Controller of Budget will be adequately funded to execute their mandates. On the matter of gender parity, I am committed to the two-thirds gender rule as enshrined in our Constitution. We will work with Parliament to fast-track various legislative proposals and establish a framework that will resolve this matter expeditiously, as I promised in our manifesto. The participation of women in our governance does not make us lesser, it makes us greater. And their role can no longer be nominal, it must be substantive. Ladies and gentlemen, our health agenda is premised on fundamental reform in the way health is financed and provided. We shall reform the National Insurance Fund to make it a social health insurance provider, improve procurement of medical supplies, deploy an integrated, state-of-the-art health information system, and most importantly, provide adequate human resources at all levels. Contributions to the National Hospital Insurance Fund will now be graduated and will depend on people's income. There is a robust conversation, ladies and gentlemen, in the country on education, and in particular, the implementation of CBC curriculum. Public participation is critical in this matter. I will establish an education reform task force in the presidency, which will be launched in the coming weeks. It will collect views from all players in line with the constitutional demand of public participation, and we are particularly alive to the anxieties of parents on the twin transition of the last 844 class and the first CBC class in January next year. I assure all that there will be a solution to the matter before then. We have elevated our diaspora to the 48th county. The complaint has always been that the diaspora does not receive adequate attention and attention they deserve. The focus has been on remittances, while the fundamental rights as citizens have been neglected. To correct this oversight, I pledge to elevate diaspora to a ministry level, strengthen diaspora Ladies and gentlemen, devolution and sharing of power and resources is not just a national value, but a principle of governance in our Constitution, but it also is the ground jewel of our constitutional dispensation and the proudest achievement of the citizens of the Republic of Kenya. Every part of our country has experienced the positive impact of this invaluable institution, and Kenyans yearn for better performance of all our devolved units. One of the best ways of accelerating national development is through collaboration with county governments. As Deputy President, I witnessed firsthand the tremendous potential of intergovernmental synergy and look forward to scaling up our capacity to harness these bountiful possibilities. Because of this realization, I have no hesitation in accelerating the transfer of outstanding functions to counties together with the attendant resources. To promote budget efficiency and minimize disruptions and delays in devolved service delivery, my administration commits to take necessary measures to secure the timely disbursement of revenues allocated to county governments. The success of devolution depends on sound intergovernmental relations. There is a template which incorporates lessons from successes as well as failures in past engagements, and we stand a stronger chance of making devolution work better. Kenya will continue, ladies and gentlemen, to be a dedicated partner to peace, security, and prosperity of East Africa region. We look forward to deepening our integration. We welcome our newest member, the DRC, whose entry now extends our region from the Indian Ocean to the Atlantic. Kenya is fully committed to the implementation of the East African Community Treaty and its protocols of free movement of people, goods, and services. Equally important is our commitment to the full actualization of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya will continue playing its role in international diplomacy at the bilateral and multilateral levels. appreciating that we are host to major international agencies, including the United Nations. I commit on the peace initiatives in our country, in our region, including both in Ethiopia and in the Great Lakes region. I have asked my elder brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has done commendable engagement with those regions, and he has graciously agreed to continue chairing those discussions on behalf of the people of Kenya. I have committed that the government of Kenya, and myself in particular, will support those initiatives that will be chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for graciously agreeing to support us and to help me in those interventions. Among the central concerns of my government will be climate change. In our country, women and men, young people, farmers, workers,